President Trump's suggestion or idea to temporarily relocate Palestinians from Gaza in Jordan and Egypt was strongly rejected by the government of both countries. Actually, it was also strongly rejected by the leadership of the Palestinian, who argued that that will mean the end of the Palestinian cause. This is an argument that you could hear quite frequently made by different Arab governments, explaining or justifying why wouldn't they take their own brothers, the Palestinians, and support them at this point, particularly following the dire situation in Gaza Strip. The objection in Arab states to absorb Palestinians from Gaza at this point has to do also with some very tangible reasons. One of the most significant one is the fact that the Arab states, the regimes, the governments, particularly when you look at Jordan or Egypt, are very concerned with the fact or the possibility that the Palestinian factors, the radical Palestinian factors, Hamas and Islamic Jihad, will associate with already existing radical factors within those countries, and that they will present a growing threat to the stability of the countries themselves. So thus it will be not surprising if we realize that none of the Arab states in the end of the day is willing really to take into their territories the Palestinians from Gaza. However, there is an interesting side effect to this whole episode. The interesting side effect is that there has been kind of like a growing discussion within Arab public realm centered around the argument or the idea that actually, given the fact that the situation in Gaza Strip is very dire, hundreds of thousands of people in Gaza Strip basically have no homes, no services because of the war that was initiated by Hamas on October 7. The argument is that if people from Gaza want to leave Gaza voluntarily elsewhere, no one should deny them from that. Now, this is a very interesting aspect because potentially, again, taking into account the very dire situation in Gaza Strip, is it possible that such thing will result a grassroots campaign in Gaza Strip of people that would like to materialize their natural right to look for a future elsewhere? This is, of course, an interesting question. It could result, if it will take place, it could result in some very interesting twist in the context of the inner Palestinian discussion and narrative. Why is that? A major narrative of the Palestinian is known by the name of Sumud. Sumud means holding on to your ground. This is something that the Palestinians constantly have been emphasizing, including, of course, in the context of the war following October 7 and the situation in Gaza. But if there is going to be a voluntarily based, massive campaign of Palestinians from Gaza Strip demanding on a voluntarily base to move elsewhere, will be someone who denied that in the Arab world in the name of Sumud? Will be someone in the Arab world that will argue that the Palestinians should continue and suffer the current situation without trying to find themselves a better future, a minimal services, and so on and so on. So we are looking at something which is very interesting. Currently, it seems like at the phase of seeds, I would say, but definitely something that we should follow very closely to see whether it's going to evolve. I would say that if we will witness the evolving of such massive campaign, this could be a significant milestone and game changer in the context of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. However, of course, the realization of such thing seems to be, at least at this point, very unlikely. Thank you for watching.